I, Robert Gabriel Mugabe, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, do hereby call upon you, Morgan Richard Tsvangirai.
I, Morgan Richard Tsvangirai, do swear that I will be faithful.
With these vows, the Zimbabwean political marriage of convenience had begun in earnest. Zimbabweans who had suffered at the hands of a battered economy hoped that this was the new beginning that would allow the once empty shelves to start filling up again. So much mindless violence had taken place in Zimbabwe after Mugabe had been outpolled by Morgan Tsvangirai. Behind this marriage, away from the world media, Robert Mugabe still held Jestina Mukoko behind the notorious Zimbabwean prison walls. In the last part of an exclusive interview with Geoff Nyarota of the Zimbabwe Times, Jestina Mukoko explains why she had to be hospitalized while in prison.
I had picked up hypertension, and there was also concern that my sugar levels were not normal. There was an examination that was done at the Avenues Clinic in January, I think around the 20th of January. And the doctors had detected that my veins were dilated. And they concluded that that was what happens when somebody is tortured on the soles of their feet. But then the concern was that my blood pressure was really going up. I'd never had a problem of blood pressure. Neither had I had a problem of high sugar level. And at the same time, I had excruciating pain in my feet. I couldn't sleep at night. I really struggled to get sleep because of the pain in my feet.
How old is your son?
My son is 18. He would come to court every time that he was available. And when he was going back to school, he had hoped that, like all the terms, I would be available to pack for him. But I was not there. And I think on the day that I was brought back home by the police, when they wanted to search.
To search your house?
Yes. It was the first time that I was seeing my mother and also my mother-in-law.
They were both at your house when you arrived in the company of the police?
They were all at my house, including one of my brothers and one of my nieces. You know, it was so emotional for everyone. And for me, it was like, I think these people actually thought I had died.
Your mother and your mother-in-law?
Yes, because the emotion that they expressed was the kind of emotion that I cannot really describe. And for them to be told that the police were looking for weapons in my house, I think my mother brought me up well. And what I was being accused of is something that I would never be able to carry out, even if somebody offered me whatever on this earth, because that is not the line of work that I am in. I'm a human rights defender, and I have a passion for human rights work, and that is all that I know.
But not a passion for bringing down governments, especially the government of Zimbabwe?
Not at all.
Tell me, do you feel safe now? Do you feel safe as you go about your business, your work in Harare, as you go to bed in Norton every night?
I think when you go through an experience like the one that I have gone through, the issue of counseling and therapy really comes in quite strong. I think for a while, I thought that counseling was just something that people could mention here and there, until I realized how much it helped me to go through the problems that I was facing. But that does not mean that I am at the end of this process, because it's not an event. And I will tell you that I have been afraid to live in my house, especially at dawn. I have always woken up at dawn because I am afraid that probably they will come back for me again.
At the same time.
At the same time like the last time. I know somebody said to me, why don't you wake up around 5 when you feel like that and go to the gate and satisfy yourself that they are not there? But I've always said to myself, what if I go to the gate and I find them there?
Waiting.
What then happens? And I'll tell you that up to this day, I can't drive myself anymore. I had been someone who was able to do her own things on her own. But I can't do that anymore because I have this fear. I'm not sure if it is a fear of the unknown, but I know exactly what I have gone through. And it's an experience that I would not want repeated.
And you have somehow become dependent on other people as a result of your trauma.
Certainly. I have become really dependent on other people.
What is your attitude towards those that put you through this very traumatic experience?
I come from a
There's talk of reconciliation.
Yes. I come from a Christian background. I have been brought up in the values of a Christian. And reading through the Holy Bible, I have captured that revenge is not for me, but revenge is for the Lord. And I think people have made me also understand that if I hold a grudge, it will mean that I will be bitter. And once I become bitter, I might just be too heavy to be able to fly. I want to be able to fly and be able to do the work that I enjoy best. So I really want them to know that I am praying that I am able to forgive them so that revenge does not become my responsibility. And also, I think because of the work that I do, I believe that there is need for the building of bridges. And I think the talk of reconciliation that is being spoken about, and also the healing. But I believe that if people are going to go through proper healing, there are steps that need to be taken.
Thank you very much, Jestina. I wish you all the best.